Hey Carolina, hope you're doing awesome. So I'm going to move on to the next song in your book here. Doing one song per week is the idea. So last time I believe I went over this one on page 22. This is this book, of course, the red one. But I went over that song on page 22 last recorded lesson. So today's going to be about this next one on page 23. So if you've got your copy of the book as you're watching this, go ahead and open that to page 23 because it'll be hard to see it on the screen. But so this song is called Mozart's Five Names, and it's actually a melody by Mozart that the writers of this book added words to, I think. I don't think that Mozart wrote a song about himself, so I think they added the words later. But yeah, that song is called Mozart's Five Names. So let me go over how to play this whole thing here. The first thing we're going to need is, of course, the starting notes for each hand. So if you want to pause here and try to fill in the starting note for the right hand and the left hand before I spoil the answer. Okay, so for the right hand, I'm sure you probably recognize this note as middle C, which it is. So you can write in C there for the right hand. Then for the left hand, that one's also C. If you didn't know that though, what you could do is use, I think you said you used maybe a different phrase, but whatever phrase that you use, I usually just like to use the phrase for the lines. And the phrase that I use for the bass clef lines is good burritos don't fall apart. So I can go good, and then the second line is burritos, and then I see that this note is on the space above the second line. So I just go good burritos. Okay, so one note above B for burritos would be C. It's going to be C there. So both of them start on C. So our right hand finger 1 on middle C, and our left hand finger 5 on the C below that, which you also played in the previous song, actually. I've got it up there. Okay. Now then, I'm going to suggest maybe doing just, one hand and just the first line here. So don't worry about the rhythm yet, but kind of play through the notes with me. So we've got middle C with our right hand thumb. Okay. And it's going to move up to D, then up to E, and we repeat the E, and we play the third time, and then finally it starts changing, right? It goes down to D, skips up to F, down to E, and down to D, like that. So make sure that you can play those notes in that order before continuing this video lesson. Right, C, D, E, 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 D, F, E, D, in that order. Okay, and then we're going to need the rhythm. So we're in 4/4 here, meaning we're going to count 4 beats per measure. And this first note is a dotted half note, which you probably remember as being 3 beats, because the dot always just adds half of whatever the note is worth. So without the dot, the note would get 2 beats. So when we add the dot, it adds half of that, which is 1. So 3 beats total for that first note. And then, of course, we have a quarter note, which we know is 1 beat. So we already know for measure 1 how we're going to play this. The first note will be played on beat 1, and we're going to hold it for 3 beats. And then we're going to play the next note, and that'll take us to beat 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, like that for those first 2 notes, right? So not too tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Next measure is just half notes, so we know already that's 2 beats each. So that means all of it together then would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So let's try that together. Just right hand, just the first 2 measures. So right hand finger 1 on middle C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. All right. Moving on to the next part. Pretty easy rhythm. It's all quarter notes until that 1 note at the end. So as long as you know what notes to play, you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or 4 quarter notes and then a whole note. So like that. So let's start together on measure 3, and then we'll put the whole first line together. So measure 3, that's E with your third finger on your right hand. All right, let's play that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if that's really tricky, it means you'll probably need more practice on this. So if that was difficult to follow along with me and to play it at that same speed, pause the video here, play this a bunch of times on your own, just measure, 3 and 4. Make sure you're really comfortable with that, and then go back and try it again with me. But assuming that you did well though on that one, let's go ahead and put all of that together. So from the beginning, measure 1 all the way through to the end of measure 4, just right hand still. So I'm going to play it once just so you can hear it, and then we'll do it together. So it should sound like this. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So let's try that together. Here we go. Maybe a tiny bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. Okay. So again, you can go back and try that as many times as you want, playing along with me. Make sure that you have that down. But let's speed it up a little bit now. So from the beginning, one more time. Let's go maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, like about that fast for the beat. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. All right, and just a tiny bit faster, because it says brightly at the top, which is a tempo marking, meaning it's like talking about the speed when they say brightly. So to me, that means something like, right, that's what brightly means to me. So we have a ways to go to get to that speed. But let's try a little faster. Here we go. From the beginning, just right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. There we go. Okay, so assuming that you've been able to play along so far, that means you're ready for the next part. If you haven't been able to play along so far, it means it just needs a little bit more practice, maybe even just 30 seconds of practice on your own, and then going back and trying that. But now we're going to add the left hand, which you'll notice has the same rhythm, but also the same notes, right? It goes C, D, E, E. Of course, it starts on finger 5, but either way, that means your hands are doing or playing the same notes, like that. And then the left hand drops out completely there. So let's try left hand only from the beginning. So 5th finger on C, pinky on C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. One more time, a little faster, then we'll try hands together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. Okay, so same thing. If you want a little bit more practice before trying it with me, then that's obviously totally fine. Go ahead and pause there for a second if so. But otherwise, let's try hands together. So here we go. All right, nice and slow, and then we'll do it at sort of full speed. Yeah, here we go. All right, well, maybe not full speed, but here we go. Both hands ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now let's try it a little bit faster here. All right. Hands ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and there we go. So make sure that you can play along with me there. Take as much time as you need, or as many repetitions as you need, counting out loud. Because remember, the goal speed is supposed to be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Kind of like that. Maybe a tiny bit slower, but not too much slower than that. So, okay. So let me just see how we're doing on time, video-wise. Okay, good. Now the next line, you're in luck, because the next line, if you notice, has exactly the same rhythm. It's just got different notes. But it's even got the same, the melody has the same sort of contour to it, the same sort of shape, right? So it starts on a note, goes up, up, repeats, down, skips up, steps right. It's got the same kind of thing, except for the very end where it ends on a third there. But anyway, same rhythm should sound like this when you get to it. Like that. That's kind of the idea there. So yeah, same rhythm. Now, I think for the rest of it, the counting and everything makes sense. Like there's no parts that are like super confusing, except for where to put your hands for the last couple parts. So I'm going to go over that really quick. So I'm actually going to bring the music up to the camera here so I can point out certain things. I'll use the pencil as well. But basically, last time we talked about how every time they circle a finger number like they do here, that means you have to actually move your hand to a new position in order to reach this note. So basically, whenever you see the circled number, that means make sure you know what note that is, because it's not what you expect. So for example, earlier, finger 3 would have been on this note, E, but now finger 3 is being moved to A, which is why they circled it. So that means you have to move your left hand up until you get to middle finger on A, right there. And then there's another spot where that same sort of thing happens. It's right here. In the right hand, you'll see finger 2. Finger 2 is on D, which it was before, right? Finger 2 was on this D here. But you'll notice this D is an octave higher, so you actually have to move up. So I'll play that quickly, or briefly, so you can see what I mean. So I'll start from measure 15, so the bottom line. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, right? So it's the same notes, I guess, right? D, C, D, E, but you have to jump up that octave. There we go. All right, cool. I think that's pretty much everything you'd need. I'll finish up there, make sure I have enough time to get this uploaded for you and everything. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Hope you're doing great, and see you next time. Or maybe I can't remember if he said next time or not. I'll see you soon either way. Take care.